Hi guys, happy Tuesday. I think that we are live. Yes, it says we are live. Hi everybody, happy Tuesday. I hope that your day is going great. Here in Western North Carolina, it is gorgeous. I haven't actually looked at the temperature, but I was walking the dogs earlier and it's got to be in the 70s, probably mid 70s. Absolutely beautiful. So I hope that it is where you are too. And hopefully we're going to have some of you guys popping on. I am filming from my laptop today. Normally I'm doing it from my phone, and I'm flying solo. Normally my sister, Brenda Michelle, is here. Hi, I see some folks popping on. Norma, you are so awesome. Hey, Norma, I have a favor to ask of you since you're on here, and here comes some others. So others can help too, but since Brenda Michelle is not here today, my sister, I may need a little help with this. Normally, as I'm mentioning links like to recipes from the website, she is putting them up as I am talking about them. So if you don't mind, some of you, if I mention a recipe, which I already know, I've put up a link for the recipe we're making today, which is the brown gravy for Thanksgiving. We eat it, anytime, but it's great for Thanksgiving, for mashed potatoes, can serve it over rice. It has so many uses. But if I mention something, and if you don't mind, go grab the link from the website for that recipe and put it in the comments section. That would be so helpful. I started to do it like one big comment before we got started, and I wasn't sure how helpful that would be. So if you don't mind being a pinch hitter today, that would be great. So it's probably going to be a pretty short live. This is an easy recipe. And I already know what I'm making for dinner tonight. I'm going to use, of course, the gravy, and I have probably about 6 large potatoes over near the sink. So I'm going to whip up a batch of mashed potatoes. I haven't made them in a while, and I love them. My husband loves them. So I'm going to make the mashed potatoes after this live goes off. And we're going to have the gravy. I have some Brussels sprouts that I plan to roast, and I have some corn on the cob. I'm probably going to have some northern beans too. I'm just going to open a can. I'm not going to use my Instant Pot and make them this evening just because everything else is going to be so easy. I thought I would just whip that up, and when I cook, I make plenty for leftovers. My husband takes, most of the time he takes his lunch to work, to the office, and then we'll have leftovers throughout the week. So any of you who are new at this, making more after you know that you like a recipe. The first time I'm making a recipe, I would not make double batch or a triple batch, but once that you know that you like it, then make plenty to eat throughout the week. Somebody asked last week if we were going to do like a little session, a live on batch cooking, meal prepping, and things like that. And my sister and I talked about it after the show, and we're going to do that probably after the first of the year, because we probably have a lot of new people who are, after the first of the year, everybody's wanting to slim down and all that. So we'll probably talk about menu planning and batch cooking then. So what are you guys having for dinner? I'm just curious. I told you what we're having. So what are you having? And we're going to do the demo first before we start giving away prizes. There will be prizes. I have 2 to give away today, and so we'll save those for right at the end. I'm going to see. I got my phone here, so I'm going to just see if I can. You guys are so far away on my laptop. I don't think it's going to let me. It's wanting me to go live on here. So I was hoping I would be able to read your comments on here, but it thinks I want to start a whole different live. So I can see a little bit. I'm going to have to lean in. Okay, I see Beth. Oh, did you say Spartanburg? You're from Spartanburg? Huh, okay. You're just down the road from me. All right, Norma. Okay, a funny for you. Okay, you were at the gym I'm having so hard time to see that. I may have to, you were speaking, you were wearing your Eat Plant-Based t-shirt. We're giving another one of those away today. And a guy asked me, did I work at Batteries Plus? Oh my goodness. So the t-shirts looks like a Batteries Plus t-shirt, maybe? That's too funny. Speaking of t-shirts, we will be giving away one in just a little bit. The Eat Plant-Based, Let Food Be Your Medicine. I wonder why that looks like a battery t-shirt. I'm not sure, but that is funny. Hi, is that, I can't see very good. I can see you're from, I can't even see, Ontario. Okay, you're Ontario, Canada. Awesome. Larissa, maybe that is, and there's Leslie. Leslie, you're having potatoes too and gravy. Hey, we think alike, don't we? And tomorrow is your pacemaker implant day. Okay, we will be praying for you, Leslie, and for an easy surgery and recovery and everything. And if you would, guys, while we're talking about things, my sister isn't here because she's with she's with some of her grandchildren. My sister, I'm very blessed. She just lives 10 minutes down the road from me, but her daughter and her family live about an hour away, and one of her daughter has 4 children, the new baby, Harper, but their first daughter, Willow, who will be 3 very soon, she is blind. We were over at my mom's house yesterday visiting, and Willow was there and her eye was red, and so they had to take her to the doctor today. And that's the reason my sister, Jenna Michelle, isn't here. She went to watch the other kids while her mom took her to the doctor. But just keep her in your prayers. She's got something going on. It's probably just a viral infection or something, but she looks so pitiful with her little eye all red. So if you are a prayer, we would appreciate your prayers. And Leslie, we will be lifting you up for sure. I know I look crazy leaning in, guys, but it is so hard to see from far away. Oh, okay. There's Bonnie Inman. Yes, I know you, Bonnie. What did you say about, it went away before I could see, so I'm not going to mess with it. We're going to get started on the cooking demo right now. I'm just trying to peek, guys. I can scroll. It's letting me do that. Francis, hi Francis. You're from New York. Awesome. And Wanda, hey, you made it. Hello to you. Hey Wanda, if you didn't watch last week, we made those pancakes that you messaged me about, and you were right. There was a little error in the ingredients, so you might want to go back and watch that. We got them perfected, so try them again for Lavon, and I think you guys will love them. All right, so we're going to get started, guys, on this quick recipe, and then you're going to be surprised how easy it is. And then I'm going to give away some prizes, and we'll talk a little bit more, okay? If I have to, I'll get closer to that screen. So, has anybody made this brown gravy before? It's been on the website for years now, probably, I want to say probably at least, I don't know how many years. I was going to say 3, but I'm confident it's a lot more than that. But super simple to make, and so I'm going to show you how easy it is. Let's get started. So you're going to need, I did put up the link for this. You can go to the website and print it out if you want to. If any of you don't mind, Norma or somebody, would you mind going and getting the link and putting it, because I know some new folks on here maybe don't know where to find the recipes and all that. So if you are new, especially if you are new and you're tuning in, welcome, first of all. But also, any of the recipes, you can go to Eat Plant-Based. Just Google Eat Plant-Based, and we will pop up. And then there's a search bar. You can use the search bar to find, type in gravy. There's 2 gravy recipes on there. So if you type in gravy, you'll get them both, the brown gravy and the golden gravy. We have a tab for recipes. If you click on that recipe tab, you'll see a page that is broken down into categories, especially if you are planning your Thanksgiving menu right now. There is a category for holiday recipes. So I highly suggest clicking on it. But if you're looking for a main dish for any time, it's broken down into main dishes, sides, desserts, breakfast, sandwiches, 30-minute or less recipes, black bean recipes, appetizers, snacks. We've really gone as far as we could go. I think there are 30 categories for different kinds of recipes, and there are about 500, just under 500 recipes on the site, which you should be able to find all kinds of great stuff on there. Speaking though of holiday recipes, this is what we're going to do next week. For our Tuesday Live, if you're new, we do a Facebook Live every Tuesday. Next week it will be at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but the replay, if you can't be here live with us, will be up immediately after it. But we are going to change it up just a little bit because Thanksgiving is coming up. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving menu planning. We'll talk about some of the different dishes that I'm planning to make. Hopefully you guys will chime in with what you're making. We will maybe talk about some of our favorite main dishes, our favorite sides, our favorite desserts. If you've taken them to family or social gatherings before, just the feedback on it. And we'll even talk, there's lots of questions, guys, especially if you're new to being plant-based. If maybe this is your first Thanksgiving being plant-based, how do you navigate when you're going to family and social get-togethers? What do you do about food and stuff? So we'll just have a discussion on it. So I hope you'll be able to tune in next week as we talk about everything Thanksgiving to help you. And anything we talk about with Thanksgiving is going to help you get through Christmas too, because so many of the recipes there's lots of recipes and you could use them for any holiday that's coming up. So that is the plan. But go to the recipe index, find all that you want, and I did put up an article today, or maybe it's going out in email. It didn't come up on Facebook yet. I think it goes up tomorrow. But anyways, it's going out by email tomorrow, and it's 46 plus plant-based Thanksgiving recipes, and it's broken down into categories. If you don't subscribe to the website, you need to do that. That's very important. We send out emails on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you can get all of the latest, including the list for the Thanksgiving recipes, which will be so helpful. All right, let's get started. So the first ingredient is 3 cups of vegetable stock. So I have that here. I actually have a little over 3 cups. I'm going to go ahead and just use it all. For vegetable stock, a lot of people ask me, I tend to make my own. Only because you don't have to, but if you're shopping for vegetable stock, I always suggest trying to get low sodium and oil-free vegetable stock. So you're going to have to read labels. But if you want to make your own, it is so simple to, when you go plant-based, you're chopping more vegetables. So when I'm chopping up vegetables, there are things, like the tops of carrot, not like the leafy part, but the tops of carrots, just different parts of the vegetables. So I have scraps, I have potato scraps, I have all kinds of things. And so as throughout the week or weeks, I keep the scraps in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag and keep them in my freezer. And then when my gallon-sized bag gets full, I'll make a batch of vegetable broth from the scraps. It's great to do that. And yes, that is on the website too. I think it's called Making Veggie Stock from Scraps or something like that. But you can use the search bar to find it. If anybody wants to put that, go and find it and put it up for everybody, then that would be awesome too. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. I haven't done that yet. So it's a medium heat is what we're going to be using for this. So we've got the broth in here. And then, so the other ingredients, see when I do this, again, I usually don't measure, but I am going to give you the measurements just in case you haven't been to the website to get the ingredient list with measurements. So the second ingredient is going to be soy sauce. We're using 1/3 of a cup. And for the soy sauce, I tend to go for the low sodium. This recipe is gluten-free if you replace the soy sauce with tamari, which tastes very similar to soy sauce, but a lot of people don't know soy sauce has gluten in it. A lot of people are surprised by that. So if you're gluten-free, then you'll want to use tamari instead of soy sauce. And to keep the sodium down, go for the low sodium in the tamari as well. So that's our soy sauce. Next, we're going to add a tablespoon of vegan Worcestershire sauce. So this is another thing. Regular Worcestershire sauce, and if I'm not pronouncing it the way that you do, don't laugh at me. Everybody has trouble with this. But most of it has anchovies in it. So to keep it completely vegan, I use this. There's so many different brands, guys. It's hard to find them in the grocery store. You probably, for a vegan Worcestershire sauce, you're probably going to have to either go to Whole Foods or, I don't know, where do you guys find it? Maybe at Publix, I'm not sure. Around here, you have to go to a specialty store. Or you can order it online. So I'm going to add, let's see how much of that. Does it say a tablespoon? Yes, a tablespoon. Actually, I didn't measure that out, so I'm going to eyeball it, and so I'm going to say about that much for the Worcestershire sauce. All right, I'm trying to see if I can see you guys. Oh, Leslie, you go, girl. Leslie put up the scraps. See, yay, thank you so much. You are on it. I appreciate that. Okay, so we've got the Worcestershire sauce. Now we're going to add maple syrup. That's another one I'm just going to eyeball. After you've been cooking for a while, I bet bunches of you already eyeball things. That's what we call it when you just kind of cook so much you can kind of get the measurement. And most of the time with baking, I don't eyeball anything because that can make things not rise. But other than that, I do. It's not so scientific that it makes that big of a difference. So a teaspoon of maple syrup. That's a teaspoon, I would say. And then we need a teaspoon of garlic powder. I did go ahead and measure these out. Oh, and it's already getting a little stuck to the bowl. And we've got, I think it's 2 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons of onion powder. Let's start stacking those. Then we've got 1 teaspoon of dried basil. And 1 teaspoon, I think, right? Yeah, 1 teaspoon of parsley, dried parsley. And then we have a teaspoon and a half of smoked paprika. If you have regular paprika, that will do it, but I don't know. I tend to go for smoked paprika in so many recipes because it just adds flavor. So now, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I'm just going to use a whisk and whisk it up just a little bit. It's starting to get pretty warm. We're going to let it cook on medium for about 5 minutes, just so the seasonings can, marry up a little bit, because the next step is to thicken it. And once you thicken it, you won't be cooking it anymore, because if you leave it cooking after you add the thickener, it'll just keep thickening, and you don't want it to do that. So we're going to let it do its thing. Hey, while it's thickening, let's give away the book, okay? Let's see. We're going to give away Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease by Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn. And so if you want this book, just say, I want the book, and I am going to stretch and see who wants it, and we'll find somebody to give it to. And then the other thing we're going to give away after we finish the recipe will be the t-shirt. So who have we got? Karen, hello from San Antonio, Texas. Hi, Karen. Glad that you're with us. I don't remember seeing your name before. Okay. I'm trying to see, guys. Hold on. Give me just a second. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I do see people saying, I want the book. I'm going to scroll all the way up to the top to where Leslie left the link for me. It's the link. I know sometimes when I go back and look at these, comments, they're in different order. But what I'm going to do is go back up to the top, and then I'm going to pick number 10. and I'm going to scroll down and see who was number 10 popping up. Ooh, better stir this for a minute. And whoever is number 10, that's who is going to get this book. Oh, and you do need to be in the States so that I can mail it to you because shipping is outrageous to ship overseas. Okay, so here we are. All right, so, whoa. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3. Oops. Well, we only have 3 so far that have said they want the book. Okay. I don't know if it's on the same on yours it is for me, so wait, no, there's more. You guys are up above. There's a bunch of them that want the book. Okay, I tell you what. Let's just go with, all right, I'm going to go, this person said I wanted the book. It looks like Christine. She looks like she was the first person that said she wanted it. Christine, oh, okay, make it bigger. Okay, Christine, is your last name Tangerine? Huh. Okay, it looks like you are from Utah. Okay, Christine, you have won the book. If you want, it's funny because if I hover over your name, it actually makes you big so I can see that. That's a good trick I did not know it would do. So, Christine, you have won the Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease book. So, if you want to private message me your mailing address, we will get that to you. Okay, boy, this stuff is starting to really bubble. I'm going to turn it down just, whoop, that's the wrong way. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit while we mix up the, the thickener. All right, let's talk thickener for just a minute. You guys, if you've cooked for very long, you know there are all kinds of options for thickening a recipe. I think probably the most popular is cornstarch. I like cornstarch just fine. I lean towards using arrowroot powder. You do not have to have it. You can get it online. I get it from the Asian grocery store. The reason that I like arrowroot is that I have found it doesn't clump as much as cornstarch. And I know that there's a method to cornstarch to keeping it from clumping and things, but this is just so easy. And it works just like cornstarch, just less, less trouble as far as keeping it from clumping. So for the cornstarch, around 5 tablespoons, and I had brought my container out here of, not cornstarch, and the measurements. You know what? With the measurements for cornstarch, I probably would try starting out with 3 tablespoons, and then if, as we're adding it, or as you're adding it, then you can adjust that as you're doing it. So I'm starting with 5 tablespoons of thickener and half a cup of water. I'm just gonna, and it's not a science, guys, because and we're gonna make a slurry with this. So I'm just going to whisk it, and you're not gonna mess this up because if you pour this into, I need to turn that back up again. It kind of needs to be boiling just a little bit when you add this, because that's what's going to really activate the thickener. But if you get it too thick, add a little more water to the soup and keep whisking. If it's too thin, then add another tablespoon to your bowl and a little more water, and whisk it together and add it. So you can adjust this. You haven't messed up if you've gotten it too thick or too thin. It's easy to fix it. So we're just going to get it a little bit frothy, and then and mine is boiling just a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and pour it in. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to pour the whole thing just yet. I'm going to pour some and start stirring. And you guys know that it was just liquid, so it was not thick at all. And I'll show you as we go through this how this thickener is. I can feel it when you're starting to whisk it. Just the stirring gets a little thicker, a little heavier. It's not where I want it. And as long as you keep it on this heat, it's going to continue to thicken. So when it gets to the thickness that you want, remove it immediately. It will even thicken just a tad after that, but you want to get it off the heat when it gets to, I want to show you what we've got right here. It's still boiling, so it's still thickening. I'll wait just a minute, but it's already starting to get pretty good. I'm going to give it just another, I am going to add a little more thickener. I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit more. And then remove it from the heat pretty quick. Yeah, that did the trick. It's amazing how fast this works. And so you do not want to leave it. When this is happening, this isn't something you're going to stir and walk away. When you're using thickener, you do not leave it. You stay right with it, because you will end up with a terrible mess quicker than you can imagine. So I think we're just about there. All right. I think I'm where I like it. Almost. It's bubbling. I don't know if you guys can see that it's bubbling or not. It's really hard for me to see what you're seeing, but I think. Trying to decide if I'm happy with it or not. Let me look. Can you guys see that? It's looking pretty good. Am I happy? I think I'm pretty happy. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it, because even like the leftovers, when you're heating, if you have leftovers and you're heating them up later, you will need to add more more liquid. You know, I'm saying water, but you could also add more vegetable broth if you wanted to. Just a little liquid to get it where you want it to be. So I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but what I'm going to do, as I mentioned, I am making mashed potatoes for dinner, but I don't have them right now. I didn't want to make them. It's like 1:26 here. Didn't want to make them too far ahead of dinner. I know a lot of you, it's earlier than that. So I had some leftover rice in the refrigerator, some leftover brown rice. So I just wanted to show you the consistency of it, and we would serve it on brown rice any day of the week. So, so just so you can see the thickness of it, you see it's got the nice thickness, and I'm going to drizzle it over the rice. And yes, it is yummy, and you saw how fast that is, right? It is delicious, and this will kind of be a holdover snack for me until dinner. So it is so good. But as I mentioned, you definitely want to take it off of the heat. The gas heat is so different than electric heat. I never had a gas stove until a year ago when we moved into my husband's parents' house that we renovated. But when you turn it off, this is off. But on electric, you're going to need to take it off of the burner as it cools down, or it will thicken up. I guess I should just be sure. But yeah, see, this one's still, I've got the consistency that I want with it, and it's not thickening up anymore. So it's super easy to make. Let's see what you've got. All right, so let me go. I've still got stuck on all this. Oh, Norma, that's okay. Norma was saying she wasn't going to be able to watch the whole live. For a couple of weeks. Oh, you're going out of town. Well, good for you. I'm sure. Go visit places and family and all that kind of stuff. Leslie, there you are with the mashed potatoes. Girl, you want a job? You are on it. That's awesome. Thank you for doing that. Yes, we love the mashed potatoes, and we add garlic to them too. So, hey, Chris. Chris is from England. I can take or leave waffles, but mashed potatoes and gravy, now you're talking. I hear you. So you guys eat mashed potatoes and gravy in England too. That's good to know. I'm learning a lot about the UK from you, Chris. So thank you for tuning in and educating us. All right. Donna wants to know if the recipe will be available to print. If you go to the website, EatPlant-Based, just Google EatPlant-Based. Actually, no, Leslie already put it up. Look in the comment section. Leslie has put up the link to the brown gravy and to the mashed potatoes. So if you just click on the link that she put up, it'll take you to EatPlant-Based. And there is a jump to button at the top of every recipe page. So if you want to hit that jump to button, it'll scroll you down. I think it stops right at the recommended other recipes that you might like. But scroll down just a tad more, and You'll have the recipe card. It has all the ingredients and measurements and instructions, and you'll have an option for printing or saving it or pinning it to Pinterest. There's a lot of different options. So yes, just click on those links and you'll be able to get to it. And yeah, so hey, Leslie, since you're doing such a good job, could I ask another favor? Would you mind going to the website and typing in holiday recipes or something in the search bar? See if you can find the article that is 46. I'm going to publish it. And it is coming out by email. I mentioned that, but I don't remember what day it's coming out on Facebook. And since we're talking about it, it says 46 plus Thanksgiving. Oh, don't search for holidays. Search for Thanksgiving specifically. And then if you don't mind posting that link, that will help everybody get more ideas, because there's things like hash brown casserole. It's a cheesy hash brown. Cheesy as in my cheese sauce, my vegan cheese sauce. And scalloped potatoes, green bean casserole, sweet potato casserole. There's a vegan seitan roast on there. My mashed potatoes that go, my vegan meatloaf that go great with the mashed potatoes and gravy. Just so many options. And it is coming up, but I don't know how many of you might see it when it comes up later, whatever day that is. But subscribe, you'll get it as well. But yeah, if you don't mind, Leslie, popping that up there, then people can go ahead and start planning. There you go, girl. Thank you. Thank you. That is so awesome. And like I said, if you saw the first of this live, next Tuesday at 1 p.m., we're basically going to be talking about the link, or about the link that Leslie just put up for the Thanksgiving recipes. We're just going to discuss all kinds of different options for side dishes, main dishes, desserts, appetizers, everything in between. I'm going to tell you some of my favorite ones that have gone over very well. My family, our families get together. My husband and I have been married for 36 years, and so we both come from pretty big families. We've only been in this house a little over a year. We have had 7 family get-togethers. I kid you not. 6 of them were meals, and I don't make everything. What we do is, part of it's my family will come, and then the next time his family will come. But this big U-shaped island that I have, everybody brings, and no, everybody's not plant-based. There's a few plant-based folks on my side of the family, and but you know, there's always plenty of food, and it's a great place to try out recipes on all types of eaters, not just vegan plant-based eaters. But I'll tell you some of the recipes that I've made for these family get-togethers that get the best feedback from family that are not plant-based. And to me, that's a huge win if you get people wanting recipes that aren't even plant-based, because that's a great opportunity to talk to them about eating this way and cooking this way. So, all right, so we're getting ready. Let me make sure I've done everything. Subscribe to the website, and I know we've still got to give away the t-shirt. And hey, Leslie, while we're on here, I made a note. There's one more thing I want you to share, and it's not from the website, if you don't mind. But Leslie last week reached out to me because she had, I already knew, we've already been talking about it, she had a heart attack a couple of months ago, right, Leslie? And then that's when you started really, maybe it was longer than that, because you had just started plant-based, I'm thinking, and gotten serious about plant-based, and then it happened. Just within a couple of weeks. I hope I'm telling that right. And so now you're in the healing process and really diving into this. But Leslie told me that she went back. She actually put up, would you mind sharing that picture that you shared? It was her cholesterol before she went plant-based. And I believe it was well in the 200s. I'm thinking 220s, 230s, something like that. And then I think, you know what, didn't you say it was 4 months? 4 months into plant-based. Your numbers were crazy. I'm afraid to go from memory because I might not get it right, but it was under 150. I'm pretty sure it was under 150. And I was so surprised. And so if you don't mind, Leslie, telling, even showing them that picture of your blood work, that is so encouraging to show the power of food for healing the body. And so now she's on track to get the pacemaker. We will remember you, Leslie, and pray for you tomorrow, as that all that will go smooth. And with what you're doing with your diet now, girl, I have high hopes for your health, and you're already seeing so many results. So yes, 4 months. She says 4 months, from 238, if I'm reading that right, to 149. See, that is amazing. And that's with changing her diet. That is so wonderful. I'm so proud of you, Leslie. And you are an encouragement to other people who are watching right now and who will watch these replays as to what is possible. So let's see, Leslie, I don't know how to, oh, you don't know how to put the picture on live. You know what? I can go back and find it and put it up for you from where you sent it to me. I'll download it and upload it. But yes, that's pretty amazing. All right, so I'm going to give away a t-shirt. Hey, Patricia is doing a yes for you, Leslie. That's awesome. I love the encouragement. Guys, I haven't said it lately, but you guys mean so much to me. I am so glad we did this. We started doing these lives August the 1st, and I was reluctant to do it. My sister-in-law is the one who was encouraging me to do it because she follows somebody, not anything to do with food, that does it, and I was like, I'm just not real comfortable. But we are growing this community and sharing our ups and our downs. I've shared with you some of my downs in the last month or so, and have felt the support. Leslie saying thank you, everyone. That's awesome. See, that's what I mean. I love having the inspiration and encouragement from all of you guys. Diane says, "You go, girl." See, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful, and we need it. Bonnie says, "We are certainly blessed to have you as a resource." Thank you so much. It's my passion. I don't teach in person anymore just because the website keeps me so busy, and I didn't even realize I missed doing that, because this is as close as I'm getting to teaching now, because I'm still licensed through the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, but I just don't have the time to teach the classes at the hospitals like I was. But this is filling a huge void for me. Way to go, Leslie. There you go. See, so awesome. All right, I'm going to give away a t-shirt. Many of you have seen these. There are EatPlant-Based t-shirts with the Let Food Be Thy Medicine. We have small, medium, large, and extra large. We give one away every week. You can order one if you go to EatPlant-Based, and then there is, I think it says, it used to say shop, but I think it says products now, and you'll see our coffee cups and shirts, and even products that I recommend from Amazon. So you can buy them. They're $15, but we're going to give one away. And so who wants the I don't want to get something on that one, but you can, after we choose a winner, you can let me know by private message what size you want. So who wants the t-shirt? We'll give it away, and then we'll be finishing up pretty early. We're like not even 40 minutes in. Beth. Oh, wait, Beth, where'd you go? I saw you. Beth Hannah? Okay, you win the t-shirt, Beth. Beth, you haven't won anything before, I don't think, because I don't remember seeing anybody's name with Hannah as the last name. So, Beth Hannah. I believe I'm getting that right. You want the t-shirt, so private message me your mailing address and what size that you want, and I will put it in the mail to you. So we will get it to you. And guys, if you next week tune in, we might give 2 of them away next week. Let me make myself a note. I better write y'all's names down. I'm so used to my sister doing that I almost didn't even do it. So Beth Hannah got the t-shirt. I'll go back to be sure. And I will go back. I'm thinking it was Christine, somebody that got the book. I'll go back and look. But next week, I'm going to make myself a note. Next week, we'll give away 2 t-shirts just because we'll be celebrating celebrating Thanksgiving. And I guess I should go ahead and mention it. Next week, we're going to do the Thanksgiving planning, and then the following week is Thanksgiving. So we won't do a live show for during Thanksgiving week. Everybody's going to probably be traveling and planning their meals and all that. So next week will be our prep for Thanksgiving, and then we'll take a little hiatus and come back. So I hope that I will get to see some of you guys. And like I said, these lives pop up as replays. The only bad thing about that is they don't keep them. Facebook only keeps them 30 days. But I do upload them to YouTube too. But after 30 days on Facebook, they go away. So you can always find the Facebook Lives on our YouTube channel, and they're in a category that says Facebook Live. So you can go and find those. Oh, good job, Leslie. Okay, she says Leslie Tangerine. Oh, you're right. I remember. I loved her name, and I may not be saying that right. So, okay, Leslie. Where did I put you? I mean, Christine. Okay, Tangerine. Got it. Thank you. Who knew we were going to be putting you to work today, Leslie? But I appreciate that so much. All right, guys. I am going to sign up. Let me make sure that was everything. That I don't forget to tell you anything. I don't. That's it. I hope you'll try this gravy recipe, and that you will love it, and maybe even try that golden recipe. So some people like brown gravy, some people like golden gravy, but either way, they both are easy and really good. And we will see you guys next Tuesday for the live for the Thanksgiving meal planning and discussing how to navigate family during the holidays. So, you know what I'm doing here, guys? I was going to say I don't even know how to end it on my laptop, but there's a big red button that says end live video. Okay. All right. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you back here next week, and try this recipe. All right. Take care, guys. Bye.